Okay, what we're going to do, I've already put the solution in one. We're going to use stump out, which is sodium metabisulfite, and we're going to drop the gold out of this solution. It should, by the time it's done, the gold should form a fine powder at the bottom of this beaker. So let's do it. Nice big foamy head, they say that is good to see. Put a little more. That should do it. Let's stir it up a little bit. Let that settle, see what it looks like. Alright, this is my silver solution from the recent gold refining, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the silver out of there with copper, and what's going to happen is when I put the copper into the solution, the silver is going to cement out on the copper, and what actually is the copper on these wires is going to replace the silver that is in solution. So the copper will go into solution and the silver will fall out as cement silver on the bottom. In theory, that's what's going to happen. I've never done this before. This is the first time, but let's see what happens. Let's just give it a little dip. Yeah, you can see the silver already cementing out. Oh, here we go. Okay, you can see the silver forming on there. That quick. So the silver is cementing out. Actually, it looks kind of nice. Looks cool. Alright, we'll come back and look at it in a minute. Okay, we're getting some nice cement silver coming out of here. As you can see, starting to build up on the copper. Yeah, we're going to give the copper a little bit of a shake, and you'll see all the silver fall down. That is all. That is pure silver. And we'll just let it cement. The silver, the copper is taking the place of the silver in the solution, and the silver is falling out. We'll let it continue on. Meanwhile, look at our gold. It's been sitting for a while. It is
It looks good up here.
just about clear. Still get a couple bubbles off the bottom, but I don't even want to move it because I'm letting it settle so I can pour it off. We're moving on. Everything's going really good. Be back in a bit. Okay, now what we're gonna do is first I want to show you the silver solution. If you can see it, you can see all the cement and silver in the bottom of the 2,000 milliliter beaker. You still got a little bit floating on the top. There's a tiny bit of nitric acid that's still active in there. Once that's used up, that'll all float down to the bottom, and once it settles, it'll be most likely a nice clearish green solution. But anyhow, that's all the cement silver in the bottom, just from this refining. That's the silver I originally put in, and now I'm getting it back so I can use it again on my next refining. But anyhow, so we're going to just let that sit a little bit. Just get a little cover on it, keep the shit out of there, keep the dust out of there. Now we're going to go to the gold solution. As you can see, this has been settling about 3 or 4 hours. And I've got both beakers, and you can see they're crystal clear. The gold powder is on the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour off this clear solution into this flask. And give me a minute here to set up. I'll go nice and easy because I don't want any of the gold going over with it. So we'll just get rid of this solution, and it should be nice and clear. And it is very, very clear. I want to make sure none of the gold goes with it. I want the gold powder to stay in the bottom. Gold powder stay in the bottom. It's staying down there nice. I don't know how you can see it. I think you can see it right there. Gold powder. And there's the gold in the bottom. And we can pour off a little bit more. Let me get an angle here so I can look inside the beaker while I'm pouring. I see a little bit of gold floating on there. We're just going to sit back. We'll hold. We'll let that settle. We'll pour off some from the second beaker. This is going to be waste solution. Actually, I'll save it. I might refine it later. Try to catch any traces of gold that came out during this process. And that's about full right there. So that's going to take care of that. We'll let that settle. But that looks pretty clear, which is a good thing. That's what we want. Get the cap on that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to transfer this beaker into this beaker. And we're going to prep this for a second refining. And we're just going to take that all into there and we'll let it settle. And there's our gold powder in the bottom of the beaker. I don't know how well you can see that. There it all is. I'll do the best I can with this phone, trying to show you what I'm going to do. But I'll rinse this out. Get all that gold into there. Let's see. So, well, we've got it all in one beaker now, and we're going to let that settle. I don't know how good y'all can see that, but bottom of it has a nice layer of gold, and that'll do it for now. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I've got my silver filtering right now. Like I said before, I got no vacuum, so it's slow, but it'll go down. There's the rest of the silver in the bottom of the thing. Most of it's in the funnel. And I'm doing a second aqua regia on the gold. And hopefully we're going to have 3 9s after this is done. Be back. Okay, for the recap. We cemented out the silver today. I wrote the weight on the pan that it's sitting in. It's going to sit in this pan and dry. I'll put it out in the sun tomorrow and let it dry. But there's the cement silver. And we'll have a final weight on that when it does dry. And this is the second aqua regia on the gold we've been processing. And you can see this one here is, I'm calling it crystal clear. It's it looks really nice. Every bit of it dissolved. There's nothing left. So tomorrow I will filter this, and then we'll drop it with SMB and clean it up, and we'll get it ready to melt. So that's what we got for today. We'll show you the progress, and on to the next step tomorrow. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm running the this is second aqua regia. I'm running it through the filter, filtering out any dust or anything that might have gotten into it through the process. But this will be filtered out shortly. It takes a little longer because I don't have vacuum, but it will drain through. It's just a matter of time. And that's about it for that until everything gets filtered out. Once it gets all filtered out, I'll run some stump out into it and drop the gold, just like we did the last time. Meanwhile, this here is the cement silver that we've recovered. I had it in a Corningware dish, and I let it dry this morning out in the sun, and it's pretty dry right now. Probably a tad of moisture left in it, but I weighed it and I ended up with 153 grams of silver. So it's almost 5 ounces of silver, just short of 5 ounces. I put 4.5 ounces of silver in it, so the balance of the silver probably came from the gold that I put in. You know, all Karat gold has a little bit of silver in it, so that's where that came from. So there's my imported silver. What I'm going to do is I'll melt this and turn it into silver shot, and I'll use it again next time. The next time I run a gold process. Anyway, we'll wait till this finishes filtering and we'll be back. This is always the fun part. After the second aqua regia, it's finally all filtered out, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but the solution is crystal clear, really nice looking. And my favorite part is dropping it with SMB. Okay, we're going to drop it out with SMB, which is stump out. Got it right down to Ace Hardware. And like I said, this is the favorite part. Just watch this. This is really cool. Bad spot. You see the gold just falling out of the solution. Look at that. Look at that gold fall. It's freaking awesome. It's small. Starting to look good now. Put it on. Looks like you might have got all of it. Got a nice foamy head. Stir. And we'll go ahead and let it settle. Okay, after doing the SMB, the gold has been settling now for about 3 hours. You can see the solution, aqua regia solution, after the SMB is crystal clear. The gold is settled out, and it is a nice, beautiful caramel brown. I think we got something good here. I would say, looking at this, we have 3 nines pure gold. 3 nines pure. And we will be taking it out of here. We're going to rinse it out a little later on. And that's it. We'll let it sit for a little bit longer. Okay, this is going to conclude this video. What we have here, let's show you the cement silver first. Let it dry all day in the sun. We got 152 grams, so I got all my silver back, plus another, I don't know, maybe 8 grams that probably came out of the the scrap gold that I use. Then we have our refined Karat gold scrap. You see it looks really nice in the jar, in the flask. Solution's clear, a nice honey golden brown gold powder in the bottom of the flask. We'll get that into a melt, maybe in the next couple of days, I don't know. I'll see if I can videotape it. I have to go to somebody's shop to use their torches, and sometimes it's busy, sometimes it's not, so it's a little hectic over there. But if I can get somebody to hold the camera, we'll videotape the melt. So, like I said, that's going to conclude the video, and thank you for watching, and let's do it again sometime real soon. Take care now.